powers that be in the Democratic Party are saying this, we need a different candidate. How they're going to do it, I don't know. Well, I know how they can do it, but I want to hear more of what you say. And then maybe some of you out there who think that Joe Biden did a great job tonight. And if you do, please, your point of view is important to me. Do not hesitate to join the conversation. We're going to keep rolling here. Let us go next to, who's next here? Who's waiting? Yeah, Ben in North Andover. Ben, you are next on Nightside. Go right ahead.
Hi, Dan. Thank you for having me on. How are you?
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling in.
So, you know, it's kind of, if you listen to the debate, they've had plenty of time to rehearse. Maybe they can do it earlier in the day for Biden, but regardless of, you know, who won, obviously, you know, Trump is a true businessman, salesman. Anybody can put on a good show. But at the end
Guys,
of the
listen to
day,
Dan Ray on Nightside on WBZ Radio. They're talking after the debate with Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
The conviction is overturned in appeal. We'll wait and see. But you're absolutely
correct. But he's been convicted of molesting a woman, and all these things. Convicted of it.
He wasn't convicted. That was a civil case. So you can't use the word conviction. That was a civil case. Okay.
Fair enough. And, you know, I'm not saying either one of them are great.
Just so you guys know, Dan Ray is a lawyer.
What I'm saying is, when it comes down to being a genuine person, I felt a lot of Trump was, yeah, he was well spoken. He might have won the debate. A lot of the stuff was deflected when asked questions. He would talk climate constraints. He was talking about something else, and you know, certain things that were important to me, he just didn't really comment on it. That said, Biden didn't seem like he knew where he was. He was ill-prepared, and I'm not saying he's the best choice as well.
I think I would agree with you on that.
But somebody who's a genuine person who I trust deep down, you know, so many people say, oh, but look at Hunter, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think Biden would start a war. Okay, like, he wouldn't, you know, that kind of stuff. I just trust
you're still going to vote for Biden if Biden is on the ticket. Let me ask you a question. What's the name of your favorite? I just want to ask you a question. What is the name of your favorite uncle? Do you have an uncle?
Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, I bet is a pretty good guy. Okay, I don't know if Uncle Steve is still alive or not. I hope he is. Okay. Great guy. Great guy. Okay, someone who's always been there. At this point in Uncle Steve's life, do you think he could be president of the United States? I think a lot of people are kind of asking that question tonight. And you dislike Trump. You know, 45% of the American public will vote for Joe Biden. The problem is, for the Democrats, is what about that 10% in the middle that will decide the election? And I've been watching CNN. They're burying Biden. CNN is burying Biden.
Right. That's, again, I understand. What that relates to the people that come out and vote will be determined. You know, I think there was some talk about
he said switching drivers
out of nowhere, right?
That
was a joke.
I don't think that's
to answer your question about my uncle. But wait,
State police is right behind him. You guys can see state police right there. Right on my little far left.
He's well known. He was on TV, and he was part of a big thing.
Can't quite. There we go. He put his lights on. Let's see if you can.
To be a president.
He's kind of back there. I can't get the camera to go all the way. There he goes. I'm pretty sure the state police officer saw him switching drivers, so he had to see that if he's observant.
Because my uncle, he doesn't give beliefs. He gives facts.
That's good.
And he doesn't lie.
That's good.
So thank you for having me on. I'm just saying that we have.
Ben, I love your call. I loved your call, and I'll tell you why. You're a Biden guy. You're a Democrat.
He's going all the way down.
Not necessarily. I'm not a Trump.
It's a lot of traffic. They're probably doing construction down the road there.
You're sticking by your principles. I like that. And it takes some guts to call, because obviously I'm asking you some tough questions tonight. You know, Biden had a rough night. Biden had a rough night.
Oh yeah. Completely.
So it takes some backbone to call when the Red Sox are in the cellar. It doesn't take any backbone to call when the Red Sox have won the pennant in the World Series. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's politics. That's all. Thank you very much, sir. Have a nice night.
Thanks, Steve.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Have you called me before? No. You'll be back? Have you called?
Well, I'm bad. Uncle Steve's in Washington, D.C. But I called once back when the power went out in North.
And they always have a whole lane all the way down cleared before the construction. It could be a half a mile long, and you won't see construction to another mile. So this is all turned into one lane right now.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Okay, we got to take a break. We're at 11:15. I promise I'll get as many of you in as possible, and I'll promise that I will try to be a little quicker with everybody, as long as the calls are coming in. 617-931-1030. That is the only line.
This is your tax-paying dollars at work right here.
931-1030. Join the conversation. Coming right back.
Look at this. All this is blocked off, but there's nothing being done.
The following is a paid commercial advertisement. From the Wall Street Sweeper Money Desk, we're with Russ Hackman, president of Hackman Wealth.
And I never could figure out why they do that. They block off the whole road. They may not start work for several hours.
It is a common misunderstanding that your
we'll go as far as we can go and see how much construction work they're actually doing down there.
And IRA money. And if you look at the schedule of what may happen to you, in many cases, people have escalating taxes in retirement. You want to have a tax plan in place to make sure that that doesn't happen to you.
A detailed and comprehensive review about you and your financial life. Next 5, no cost, no obligation. 617-674-2000. 617-674-2000. 617-674-2000.
And we got a city councilor that wants to charge outsiders a $15 congestion tax. How about they pay us for congesting the roads? So now you get further down, you see some trucks over here. Not too sure what they're doing, but we'll take a quick peek. Who knows what they're doing?
Free gift cards from tons of brands. It's like getting paid to eat. Hungry for savings? Download the Drop app now and
like they're,
Drop44 to kickstart your rewards journey.
I don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you. Maybe get ready to paint some lines on the road. Yeah, they're preparing to paint stripes on the road. That's what it looks like. So they're just gonna stripe this out.
Now the other question that I have is, what does, I think you can agree, a bad performance. Right now there's a headline on CNN, Democratic operative. It's hard to argue that Biden should be our nominee. I'll tell you who's helping.
I think it's a waste of money with the way they're doing it. If they do this a little bit later, like around, I'll say 12:30, 1 o'clock, you'll have so much less traffic on the road.
Let me go to Theodore in Baltimore. Theodore, you're making a rare appearance. Welcome back.
Thank you. I like substance over.
If I adjust that just a little bit.
And I'm going to tell you, I've never heard a man lie so much as Donald Trump. I sat there on TV and watched what he said in Charlottesville. I also know his plans for people like me and generally society with this Project 2025. That's where the Democrats, Miss Joe is slow. I understand that. But I'd rather have somebody I trust and who I think is more trustworthy than Mr. Trump, because the plans he has for this country already out in his acolyte. It's very, very sinister. And people haven't read it. They don't know what it's about. He's going to be following the orders of those who slavishly support him. They want to put Social Security in on the stock market. So your Social Security will go up and down based upon the vicissitudes of the stock. The people who get Social Security, like myself.
See how they got this whole entire road blocked off, and they haven't even started anything yet.
Whether you know it or not,
they won't stop for like another couple of hours. So
they have something in there also in reference to reinstituting the draft, and that's going to really, really hurt a lot of people. So that's why I go ahead.
Yeah, the draft, Theodore, the draft will not be reinstituted, in my opinion. And as a matter of fact, There were some Republicans the other day who were appalled at that. I'll do some research on that for you, my friend, and we'll get back to you on that. There were some Republicans who were outraged that in that proposal that they were talking about drafting women for the military as well as men.
Well, you see, one of these days, a man is going to stand up and say, wait a minute. Why can't you draft? I would hate that, but you should be able to draft women. They want equal rights. That's part of it. But
I think that argument made. But I think that the U.S. military wants no part of the draft because they feel, first of all, we will never be involved in a major, World War II landing invasion, D-Day, Normandy. If there's a war, it's going to be a big one, and it'll be much more, missile-based. Anyway.
Well, another point I'd like to bring up too. One problem I have in the Democrats, practical Democrats, is this: the Democrats need a little more fight. Whether Trump lies or says things that are ethnically wrong and supports issues that are basically only for the top echelon, basically, they, right or wrong, they support him. Democrats, like people on CNN, they are so down on this first debate when they should be saying, Joe did well. He had a cold, and though he's slow, he got his issues out. And I appreciate
let me ask you, Theodore, if I could, I'm not trying to be interrupted, but I assume you've been watching some of the comments by Van Jones and others tonight on CNN.
Yes.
Am I characterizing them accurately that there seems to be a consensus amongst that group?
Pretty much so, but I'm going to tell you, they should be saying, Joe did well. He's a little slow, but he's trustworthy.
That's fine, but that's not their job.
Honestly, no politician is trustworthy.
They analyze the debate. What I'm saying is, I've watched CNN tonight, and I watch CNN a lot, because they were tougher on Biden's performance than I was. And it looks to me,
I might have to do one of these numbers. Let's pull out of here. This is kind of...
We may get Trump someone else.
We're going to bypass all this and come down the other side. This is crazy.
It's no doubt that he's going to be the Republican nominee.
What do you think the chances are right now that Joe Biden will be the Democratic nominee?
So there's no doubt in my mind that Mr. Biden will be the nominee. I have no doubt. I have no doubt.
Do me a favor, we're going to be talking about this a lot, but during the summer through the conventions, and CNN is reporting tonight. I'm looking. I can't listen. Democratic Party official on Biden's performance, nothing good. Every one of the chyrons, the lines underneath the panelists, it's all negative. Theodore, you got to come on back more often. I got packed lines, man, and I gave you 5 tonight, and I always enjoy your calling.
You're good. Now listen to you haven't called, and I'll tell people this guy.
I'm not too sure what they're trying to do down here.
He is the slickest attorney I know. I listen to you every night. I listen how you bring your points up. You're very sly toward the right. And I say, man, if you ever get in trouble, even if you're not involved, call Dan.
On this side, looks like they're doing some lighting work on the lights.
You better call a phone. You better call Dan. Because Dan, I'm not a lawyer. I wanted to be, but life got in. I got in my own way. But if I ever had to,
you're a gentleman, and I really appreciate you. Have a good night. Sometime when I'm in Baltimore, I'm going to call you. Or sometime when you're in Boston, you call me. We'll have that beer. We'll promise each other, okay?
Okie doke. I will love you. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Keep rolling here. Going to try to get as many people in. Doreen in Chelsea. Doreen, you're next on Nightside. Go right ahead.
Hi, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing better than Joe Biden tonight, Doreen. Go right ahead.
Well, I watched the debate. I like the old debate when they have an audience and everything. It's more, my opinion.
More rambunctious. More rambunctious.
Yeah, it was too dull. Too dull.
Okay. I thought it was pretty substantive, to be honest with you. I kind of think...
Yeah, I mean, they didn't want any, whatever, fighting and stuff. And
so who did you go in? Who are you rooting for, Doreen?
Well, I'd say right from the beginning, I'll say this again, Dan, I've said it a million times. Trump, from the beginning, a very poor loser.
Okay. And who were you rooting for when you... My question is, who were you rooting for tonight? Or were you just sitting back and saying, let me see what they both say?
Yes, more or less that. And okay. I think I tend to sway on Biden's side.
Okay. How do you think Biden did tonight on a scale of 0 to 10?
Well, I thought he did mediocre, you know.
Is that a 4?
I mean, it's not over yet.
She's not even answering the question.
I mean? It's not over.
There's 4 months. We still have 4 months. July, September, October, till we get to November.
Yeah. But okay. What I saw in the beginning...
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
What I saw in the beginning, I seen Mrs. Dr. Joe Biden, right? But they said that Trump's wife wouldn't be there. She never shows up to anything. She'll never be a Jacqueline, the late Jacqueline Kennedy, that's for sure.
I think it's only one Jacqueline Kennedy. And,
she was the best, in my opinion.
All right, Dory, thanks so much for calling. I just got to get to as many as I can tonight.
All right.
Thanks, care. Dory. Talk soon. Keep following the show. I appreciate your loyalty. Let me go next to Dave in San Antonio, Texas. And yes, Dave, we can hear you. Go ahead, Dave.
How you doing, Dan?
Better than Joe Biden.
Yes, you are.
I don't know what's going on up here.
All I have to say
I have to switch over too. Let's do a switch over.
For 8 years, I took care of
to show what these cars are doing on the right hand side here.
For 8 long years. And I have to say, the day before my wife died, she would have handled that debate better than that man.
A lot of traffic going all the way down, so they're probably doing more road work down there.
More out of it in all my life. He was totally disassociated with the reality of the situation. He was flailing at Trump and calling him names, and his eyes were wild, and obviously he refused the drug test. Donald took a drug test and said, you take one. No, we're not going to take one.
I don't know that Trump again.
Yeah, he took a drug test. He took a drug test, yes.
He did, okay.
And he told Biden,
go ahead.
And he challenged Biden to take the drug test. They refused to.
No, I know that Trump had mentioned that several times, but I did not see anything tonight. If you're telling me, Dave, you have been correct before.
Well, I'm relying on my sources, but I'm.
Now you got me in trouble. Now you got yourself in trouble there.
Yeah,
all right.
I know. But we both know he took the cognitive test twice.
He did take the cognitive test, as he said.
And Biden refused to take it.
I don't think he had to take a cognitive test in terms of his performance tonight. I think that former President Trump helped himself immensely tonight. And all I have to do is watch.
All I'm saying is if Biden took that cognitive test, he would fail it so blatantly that it would be an outstanding news all over the country. How bad he failed that test.
All right, thanks. He may have failed the test tonight, too, on the debate stage based upon the reaction of the CNN people. They look like they're literally at a political wake right now. Thanks, Dave.
That man?
Dave, I hated to do that to you, man. I didn't mean to do that. My finger slipped, but I got to move here. I got to move and give as many people as possible. It's in my interest. It's in my audience's interest to do this. Let me go next to Bob in California. Bob, I'm going to get you in here before the 11:30 news, but you got to be quick for me, Bob. Go right ahead.
Dan, good evening, Dan. Dan, I'm doing a victory lap tonight. A victory lap. You know, I've been saying for a year, President Trump will be back in. That was sealed tonight, okay? And I feel that Trump was too easy on Biden. Way too easy on him. He didn't call him out for why did you kick military veterans out of hotel rooms to make room for illegals. He should have brought that up, okay? The economy up to 2020, as we all know, was terrific, much better than today, okay? The only shot I think the Democrats have now is if, like, Michelle Obama steps in, because she'd get a lot of the women voters, okay? I think she's their only shot.
Well, I don't know one that Michelle Obama would want to step in, number one, and I don't know, I mean, how does Michelle Obama step past Kamala Harris? I mean, Kamala Harris is the vice president of the United States. She happens to be the only black woman.
Right. But Dan, Kamala Harris is so liberal and so far to the left, she has zero shot. By the way, I hope they put Kamala Harris in. It'll be an absolute landslide for President Trump if Kamala Harris gets nominated. She's so far to the left, she has no shot. Okay, you're right. Obama, Michelle has selfishly said that she wouldn't consider running. Okay, fine. You know what? President Trump, back in, our country will be great again. And you know, I'm an independent.
You may have your governor, certainly.
Oh my God.
Newsom, yeah. Governor Newsom, I think would be more than happy to step in.
Governor Newsom, so if Governor Newsom runs, okay, middle America.
This traffic is horrible today.
Reject him because of his liberalism. Again, I'm in the middle. You know that, leaning towards Democrat.
So,
but Newsom is so
when the next time the city councilor says she wants to impose a congestion tax,
right and left, okay,
she needs to take a ride on some of these roads and pay the people for waiting in this congestion.
But I've been saying this for years. You know that. The president.
So you've already given him the nickname. I think you're calling him Governor Nuisance.
Well, a good friend of mine, Dan Ray, told me months ago that some people were calling him that, so I kind of picked up that name. So.
All right, Bob, thank you much, man. We'll talk to you, okay? It'll be interesting to see what the polls say. Having watched CNN tonight, I don't know if you've had the benefit of doing this, but having watched CNN tonight, right now on CNN, Kamala Harris is being interviewed by
oh, my God. Put her in. Yeah,
all right, thanks, Bob.
Good luck with that. Thank you, Dan.
All right, appreciate the call, my friend. Thank you.
Bye.
We'll take a break. The only line is 617-931-1030. Coming right back.
Traffic is all the way.
Nighttime with Dan Ray on WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
Season 2 of the hit podcast, The Idaho Massacre, explores the aftermath of violence at the University of Idaho.
We're just on the Zakim Bridge.
28-year-old doctoral student.
You guys can see that Zakim Bridge up there.
Play a part in a crime.
Of course, Brian Koberger's defense team is going to say he's not guilty. That's the only thing they can say. They can't say anything else, so they have to say this.
Listen to The Idaho Massacre on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Idaho Massacre.
Inheriting an IRA was a straightforward process until the passage of the Secure Act in 2019 and the more recent changes that have made things a bit more complicated. Hi, this is Mike Armstrong from the Armstrong Advisory Group, and it's really important that you develop a strategy to deal with these changes to the law, or you and your family could face significant tax consequences in the future. If you've inherited money from your spouse, the process remains relatively simple. But if you're inheriting an IRA from someone other than your spouse, there are numerous issues that you'll want to be aware of.
I'm not too sure how far it goes down, but it looks like it goes pretty far.
4001 and ask for your copy of our new guide called The Complexities of Inherited IRAs. That number again is 800-393-4001, or you can also request it online from our website, armstrongadvisory.com.
The proceeding was paid for by Armstrong Advisory Group, a registered investment advisor. Nothing in the ad or in any Armstrong guide is specific financial, legal, or tax advice. Consult your own financial, tax, and estate planning advisors before making any investment decisions. Armstrong may contact you to offer investment advisory services.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Until you lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Testanor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text HIM to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text HIM to 321321. That's him to 321321.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations, like 24/7 comedy.
They were really donut holes. The bag would be empty.
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
Should we call someone? I know that's his thing.
For iHeartRadio, free never sounded so good.
There's a place that knows how long your commute will be.
How exciting is that?
There's a place that knows tomorrow's weather today.
How is that possible?
There's a place where you hear breaking news first. What in the world? In a world of WBZ.
Oh, I get it.
Boston's News Radio.
I'm Dan Watkins with a quick check of the stories trending on WBZ News Radio 1030. Still no verdict after 3 days of jury deliberations at the Karen Reed murder trial, but crowds have been gathering outside the courthouse. WBZ's Madison Rogers.
For some, it's their first time here. Others have been coming out for months. But pretty much everyone I talk to tells me following this case has become a full-time job.
Oh my gosh, I've done nothing else. I've watched nothing else.
Harry came from just a mile away. Mike came all the way from New Hampshire.
When we first started, there was only a handful of people, and now it's gone global.
When I ask people what they'll do when this all-consuming case ends, they tell me that depends on the verdict.
Attorney General Andrea Campbell says the state has come to a deal with Uber and Lyft to require the companies pay drivers $32.50 an hour with benefits. And a New Hampshire man on trial for threatening the lives of presidential candidates last year has been found dead. I'm Dan Watkins.
You're on Nightside with Dan Ray on WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
Back we go. Let's go to Sean in Windham, New Hampshire. Sean, you were next on Nightside. I appreciate you calling in. Your thoughts on tonight's debate.
Hi, Dan. Thanks for taking my call. Well, you know, the Democrats were trying to put a spin early on about Biden there having a cold, blah, blah, blah. He was off his game. I was definitely surprised by his showing, lack thereof, I should say. But I'm just kind of miffed at these people that portray Biden as the gentle, innocent person. You know, that his character is stellar, and Trump is this sinister person. And when you look at some of the things that Biden has done there, where he threatened so-and-so there to remove the DA from his, you know, against his son, or he wasn't going to release some money or whatever that thing was. And there's so many other backdoor deals that we don't even know about. But the big picture here is Biden, he's ineffectual. He's not going to be able to run. They're talking behind the scenes there. Who is going to be his replacement? I mean, and aside from that, when I hear these people saying that, oh, you know, Trump is going to, he's a dictator, he's going to do this, and he's going to do that. All Trump has done as president, he wasn't a politician. He's a business person. And we all know that he made things better. He made better trade agreements for the farmers. He did the black college thing, the funding and stuff like that, women in high places. I mean, I just don't get how people can come out and say, oh, if Trump gets in, we're doomed and this. We have more problems going on right now with all these wars and stuff, and Trump was bringing home our troops, and there wouldn't have been a war with Ukraine, and we would be in much better standing. And Trump also made NATO and all these countries pay their fair share. What is wrong with this?
Well, look, you obviously are a Trump guy, which I understand. Were you surprised that that Trump held his cool, and were you surprised at what appears to be a disastrous performance? I try to overcompensate, so I try to be as fair as I could. And once, you know, I said I thought Trump won the debate, which is fine, but I'm listening to CNN. They're eviscerating the Biden campaign right now. I mean, I'm listening to Anderson Cooper during the news break, just going right after Kamala Harris. I mean, saying, you know...
Yeah, I watched that, and they were very solemn about it.
It's like a funeral. It's like a funeral. Yeah.
I honestly thought that Biden was going to give a better showing than he did. But aside from that, we need somebody These are pocketbook issues, Dan. That
all right, no, I'm gonna hold you on that because I think again I want to get to as many folks as I can.
Yeah.
I want you to continue to be more active and call later on as the campaign goes on, and we can do issues and policies and all of that. But tonight I want to focus on the debate. Okay, thanks, Sean.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night. Let's keep
texting
rolling.
and driving.
Jennifer in Boston. Jennifer, welcome. Next on Nightside. How are you?
Hi, Dan. I'm okay. You know, I was disappointed tonight. Kind of upset about it.
I assume by that you mean you were rooting for Biden and it didn't work.
Well, I am rooting for Biden, but I think both ways. I think, honestly, we need two new candidates, like really. You know, the whole thing is bad.
I said that for a long time, but I don't think Trump after tonight, first of all, I think Trump's numbers are going to go up.
Me too, and that's why I'm upset. I'm like, honestly, like, it cannot be.
I didn't listen to the entire debate.
It's just, you talk about democracy and...
It sounded like Trump was more composed than Biden.
It's unrecognizable what's happened to the Republican Party now. There's no real conservatism anymore. And I'm independent. I lean left, but I've gone, I voted Republican before. I support, when my principles lie with that party or that candidate.
Sure. No, I get it. I believe you. I believe you. So my question is this: on a scale of 0 to 10, what sort of a mark or a grade would you give Biden's performance tonight?
Well, I think his message, I think he had good points. I think that he was more factual. I look forward
They never
to
give you a number, you notice that?
Both sides.
Yep.
And, also, but not good.
Just say you too.
Let me ask you this. Here's my question, okay? Assuming that I don't think the Republicans tonight are looking for another candidate.
No, but like the American
So my question is this: should the Democrats be looking for another candidate after tonight to head the ticket?
Yeah, sure.
It has to be anyone but Trump, and if this is going to hurt Biden, because I don't believe people are going to really look at the principles, and they're just going to look at the performance. And I believe he's old, it's risky, but I think that his brain is still there. I just think his processing is like not right. And it is very concerning.
She can't answer a question. See that?
I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much it.
So my question is, will you be happy if the Democrats follow through and nominate Joe Biden in Chicago, or should they find another ticket?
It would really depend on who it is.
Oh my God! Answer the question, yes or no?
But so you're willing to ride with Biden, I guess is what I'm saying.
I have to. There's no way I can vote for Trump. No way.
No, I'm not asking you about
She's not even answering the question.
I'm asking, is there a Democrat in your mind that you think the party might turn to and say to Joe Biden, gee, thanks for your service, but we want to nominate so-and-so? Is there anyone in your mind that Governor California, Kamala Harris? Anyone?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know who I'd support right now.
Elizabeth Warren?
I don't think she could pull the party over. I don't think.
So just say there's no one then.
He's interesting and he could draw a lot of people. Okay. But I really want a candidate that's going to win.
I hear it in your voice.
Look at this guy right here. Look at him. He's forcing that truck. You see that? I don't know what he's doing, but he's running to the side of the truck over here.
No, it absolutely is serious. That's why we're doing it.
Not too sure what he's trying to do there.
Thank you for
There's an arrow up front, but he's trying to force his way into the side of the truck.
Call. I need your voice. Thanks very much.
I don't know if you guys see the gestures that they're making over here. Look at this. I'm gonna let him in my spot because he just don't know how to drive. I'll let him in so he can figure it out. But he's seen that arrow back there, like way back. He waited to the last minute to switch over.
Oh yeah, I can. I'm depressed.
He was trying to run to the side of the pickup truck over there.
that anybody could vote for that mummy that was standing up there. I gotta be honest.
He's gonna merge over again because they got the second merge. So I'm gonna merge after this white car.
He said you destroyed the economy.
Or maybe merge in front of the white car.
Record-setting before COVID
behind the BMW.
You don't get credit for any jobs until you get the jobs. Like, there's just so many things. He just needs to turn to the camera and say...
Look, all this right here and there's no work. See that?
He just needs to say simply...
All that and there's no real work being done.
The world, America, is safer with the president that we have now or me as the president of the United States.
Right.
Well,
don't you think that I think that Trump's advisor said to him, look...
Let's see what they're doing all the way down there.
Yeah, because the first debate they had... Yeah, because the first debate they had is how he lost the election. A, talking every day for 2 hours about COVID and talking about injecting Lysol and everything else he was talking about. And B, the first debate he had against Joe Biden lost him the presidency because he looked like a big giant
that was a different Donald Trump, it appeared to me.
Finally, he listened to somebody.
So
somebody said to him.
You guys can see the traffic goes all the way.
But my point is, he's just not a very good speaker. He's not very quick. If the Democrats were to turn to anybody, I said it in 2020. I said, please bring Hillary Clinton back. And all my friends.
Hillary Clinton be the worst candidate to bring back.
Why? I said because God forbid we lose, at least somebody competent will be in the White House. That's what I'm most scared of. I don't care what Trump's going to do for us and how Trump's going to make it better.
Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, they're both just as bad.
For the United States and for the world, because he is so incompetent and weak and feeble. This is the man in charge of defending us. The world is not as safe as it should be with Joe Biden as the president of the free world.
All right, you got it all in 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and I still got to hit a break. Look, thanks, man. I appreciate you're very succinct tonight. Thank you, sir, very much. Thanks, Will. We're coming right back.
They got all this blocked off. No work being done. It's 11:45. Work probably won't start till like 12:30.
Boston's News Radio. In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief
There is trucks all the way down.
on the speed of audio
You
production.
look, so those flashing lights are way down there. Not too sure what they're doing down there, but we'll catch up to them in the next probably 5-10 minutes. But they're slow-moving trucks, so they could be dropping cones down.
That's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights.
Let's see what these guys are doing up here.
If you're a marketer,
They might be striping. Let's see what they're doing.
CEOs you should know from
What's he
iHeartRadio.
doing?
Nominate a CEO you know and join the conversation.
I don't know what they're doing over there. They're just sitting there.
CEO. Sponsored by Comcast Business.
They're not doing...
All the speed your
What are they doing here?
Comcast Business, it's not just possible, it's happening.
They're just rolling. They're not really doing anything.
Absolutely gorgeous. You want to enjoy it, don't you? Hey, it's Adam. Is pain in your knees or hips keeping you from living your best active life this summer? Stop suffering now with help from my
I'm
friends
not sure if
at QC Kinetics.
that's asphalt on the back of that truck right there. Whatever it is, it's
You can sign up for
it's definitely smoldering. Could be asphalt or could be paint.
To it right here in Boston. These treatments will
Maybe
speed up your
asphalt.
body's natural healing ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Lasting relief in your knees, hips, back, shoulder, you name it.
I
You
don't
can
know
get
what they
back
got
out there
going
on a
on.
bike,
It's
a
kind of hard to tell what they're
paddleboard,
doing because I don't see anything being done.
and if it's not right for
Be a
you,
good time to clean the roads while they're doing it.
People who thought surgery was their only option have seen remarkable success. No drugs, no downtime. Call 617-644-PAIN. Clinics are all over New England. It's a free consultation. 617-644-PAIN.
Adventures await this summer in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Hey, if you're going to waste all this time to block off the road, at least run the street cleaner along the side of the road. Get up all that debris over there. Yeah, plan wisely. I don't know if you guys can see all that debris that's in the left shoulder over there. It's a whole lot of it. It's like... Go ahead, buddy. You might as well keep going.
Make
work a lot tastier with delicious summer savings from Easy Cater, the #1 site for workplace catering with over 100,000 restaurants to choose from. Save up to $4.
See how that white car just took charge and just kept going and kind of bogeyed like 4 cars? How are those cars able to squeeze through the cars in front?
On your food budget happy. Order now at easycater.com. Orders must be placed and received between June 24th and July 5th. Restrictions apply. See all for details.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S. What about when life spells fried chicken? R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Seems like they're doing like small patches on the road. Like these small little...
Roulade's always spells relief. Roulade's powerful.
I don't know what kind of patch job is that. They look like they're doing some kind of patchwork on the road.
When life spells heartburn, Roulade spells relief.
Let's see what happens when we get further down. What's going on here?
Now back to Dan Ray, live from the Window World Lakeside Studios on WBZ News Radio.
Too sure what they got going on over there.
Try to get everyone in. It will not be easy. We only have about 10 minutes left. I'm going to go to Harvey.
I don't know what they're doing.
Right up there, I'm going to ask you to set the tone.
Striping lines.
Go ahead, Harvey.
It looks like they're doing striping lines.
Both sides lost. The winner was Bobby Kennedy Jr.
Too much.
I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck they're doing. A lot of equipment, but no work being done. So they got more equipment than work itself.
The party is, my prediction is that Biden is going to drop out. There'll be tremendous pressure from the...
Yeah, you get right here, it opens all up.
The Democratic Party.
Now this is where you can do about 100 miles an hour and catch up to the rest of the pack.
So my question is, if that does happen, nothing like that has ever happened this late in our lifetime, real quickly. Who do you think the Democrats would turn to?
Well, I'm not that wise. I have to go into a map of who's in public life. It may not be it may be a state governor. And that would probably, my guess is it would be a state governor. Kamala Harris will not get the nomination.
Get more work on the right hand shoulder. Too sure what they got going on over there. My camera's kind of foggy. I don't know if the lens is off. I can't quite clear it now because I got to keep my hands on the wheel.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to pick a name here. We will see. We'll see. And certainly, I think it's changed.
This opens up all the way now, so now this is like.
That proves, of course, somebody that's infected. This debate was essential. I'm sorry they didn't let Robert Kennedy Jr. in. He would have won the debate hands down. I mean, Biden seemed senile and Trump lied all the time. It was a perfect opportunity for a third-party candidate.
Well, Kennedy might get a bump. Maybe Kennedy needs. I mean, he was polling. I saw some polls that said 11%. He can only go up as a result of tonight. Harvey, I got to keep rolling here because I got packed line. Yeah. Good night. Thank you, my friend. Talk soon. Let me go next. Joe and Lynn. Joe, you got to be quick for me here. Got to get you in.
I will, and I enjoyed it, even though I can't see. First, I gave Biden 4, then I gave him 1. I was hearing the analysis of he looking down to counter and he calling Trump a liar and this, that, and the other. Trump handled himself quite well, and I have to agree. I mean, I don't agree with Harvey, but that's okay.
Got a car on my. He's close on my right.
And we both are Trumpers, as you know. But Trump handles himself well. Maybe next time he'll ask more questions. But you know,
what's up with that?
Give much time, but I think Trump's polls are going to go way up, and I'll keep in touch. But I am for Trump, as you know.
Joe, your analysis. Let's keep rolling here. Got to go to Megan in Dennis, Massachusetts. Down to Cape. Megan, how are you tonight?
I'm great, thank you. So I was actually see what the candidates look like, and from my just hearing what I heard. I thought Biden was much more substantive with his answers than Trump was. He at least had answers that were
when I get a chance. I don't think it's as clear as it could be or should be.
And it would be an interesting debate if CNN had, like in advance, agreed to, you know, mute anybody who actually wasn't answering the question.
Well, they did agree. They did agree. Well, they did. No, that was why he was interrupted, that he wasn't asked.
Well, I agree, but what I'm really asking for is that when they ask Trump a chair question, and he spends a minute and a half talking about something else, that's not broadcast, right?
That's very tough to do because, I mean, it's from television, we can't say, you know, we now, you listen to us on the internet or do you get us on the radio down the cable?
On iHeartRadio.
Good for you. Well, Megan, thanks so much. I hope you'll continue. I have a lot of Trump listeners and I'm obviously a lot of Biden listeners, and I want to get as many points of view on this show as possible. So please.
I love a new candidate that we can all get behind. So yeah. All right.
You're not the only one that I was thinking that. Thanks very much. I will get real quickly here. Got John in South Boston. In Boston, rather. John, go right ahead.
Sure, what they got going on here? There's some barrels directing you to go in, so. More construction up here. Let's get over the next lane. The quicker you get over, the quicker you get through.
That person would be an authentic balance. I mean, that'd be crazy if we ran an election where so many points did not have a Democrat or a Republican candidate. Remember, the Democrats were going to do that to Trump earlier this year, and the Supreme Court said no. So no, I think.
I don't know if it goes over one more, but I'll keep my eyes out just in case.
And if Joe Biden are willing to step aside. Yeah. All right, thanks, John. The convention. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good question. Okay, let me get one more in here if I can, real quickly. Tom in Dorchester. Tom, you've been waiting the longest. Go ahead. You gotta be quick, Tom.
Hi, Dan. I'll be quick. I'm a big Trump supporter, but
I know that.
Unfortunately, I thought Biden handled himself very well, and I think he's going to get the pity vote, maybe, and he's going to put him away out for 2 years.
Oh, you're being sarcastic with me.
They're gonna be doing some milling down here. This is the area where they've been doing a lot of milling.
From Dorchester that I normally know. You sound like it. Your voice sounds like it.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Have a great night. Okay.
Yeah, so they're milling over here. Actually, they're putting down asphalt now. So they're actually rolling down asphalt.
So I apologize to everyone, but I thank everyone who called. And we will talk about this tomorrow night. So those of you, Karen, Ron, and Gio, you'll get priority if you call in tomorrow night. But I'm just flat out of time, and I don't want to give someone 10 seconds. I want to thank Marita. I want to thank Rob. I want to thank all of you who called in tonight, both in the first hour and beginning at 11 tonight.
See what we got all the way down the end down here.
Intelligent callers. That's what Nightside is all about.
Somebody knocked the cone down.
But the callers are really good. I want to thank everyone. I will be on Facebook in just a couple of minutes. All dogs, all cats, all pets go to heaven. That's my pal Charlie Reyes, who passed 14 years ago in February. That's where all your pets are who passed. They love you and you love them. I do believe you'll see them, that you will see them again. See you again tomorrow night, and have a great Friday, everyone.
Our stories come alive on social media. Local news from local reporters. Follow WBZ News Radio on Instagram and TikTok at WBZ News Radio.
This is Dan Reck.
All right, guys, that's like that's all the construction. You're not going to see too much else down here, I don't think. I'll keep it rolling just a little bit longer, but I think after this is where it all opens up and stays open for a good distance. I don't think you're going to see any more construction down on this neck of the woods.
Specifically for your home, including money saving rebates, energy saving tips, and products at no cost. There are also generous rebates on qualifying energy efficient heating, cooling, and water heating equipment. So if you're a customer who receives a discount rate on your energy bill, all approved energy efficient home improvements are 100% no cost.
20 actually. See how fast it can go, but I'm gonna slow down when I get up on the edge over here.
Opening this debate and continuing the very shaky voice, a raspy voice that we have learned from advisors close to him that apparently he's had a cold for the past several days. But he also had a number of wandering answers during this debate. He had a number of facts and accomplishments that he wanted to tout it, but I think his voice sometimes was distracting from that.
CBS's Linda Kenyon said there was an indication of how Democrats are reacting to how the president handled himself shortly after the CNN presidential debate was over.
Which is where Democratic and Republican surrogates are talking to the media right now. And Republicans came out right away. The Democrats came out second, an indication perhaps that maybe they didn't think that the Democrats didn't think their candidate did so well.
Alright guys, this is all opened up, so all you're going to see is just open road all the way down, like as far as you can go. It's like 12 o'clock in the morning, so there should be nothing out here. You know, a few cars here and there, but all opened up. Just watch out for the crazy drivers. Stay focused, stay alert. Oh, that's opened up. You can just, you got road. You're not gonna run out of any road. Just keep focused and keep going. Going about, we're not doing too fast. We're not going that fast. We're just. Break it down now, because I want to shut this off too, because the camera's not clear. I gotta wipe that lens. I think it could be a different mode too. I don't know which one it is, but there's something changed when I was recording.
River Road, Silverfield Road West has delays with work at Western Ave. Slow going to North Harbor.
A little traffic up here, not a lot, but it's a little traffic up ahead.
Longfellow Bridge. This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
There's one car that's driving super slow. There's one car that's in the right-hand lane that's driving. He's driving very slow. He's probably doing about 40 miles an hour.
For this Friday morning with a low of 60 in Boston, but low to mid 50s.
Not sure what's going on with that guy. Maybe he's lost.
Sunshine. It's a nice day.
It's kind of hard to say.
Around 75. We'll have just some clouds around Friday night with a low of 61 downtown. And on Saturday, sun gives way to increasing clouds, breezy and more humid conditions with a high of 78. Showers and thunderstorms return Saturday night and last through the day on Sunday. Some of them heavy, otherwise very humid with a high of mid-80s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist LaTroy Thornton, WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
All right, guys, be safe out there. Catch you guys in the next one.
Day 3 of jury deliberations at the Karen Reed murder trial comes and goes with no verdict reached. WBZ TV's Christina Rex spoke with attorney